Welcome back, Romantic Home family, and welcome if y'all are new. I am Olivia with Olivias Romantic Home. Today's video, I am so excited to share with you guys some DIY, Dollar Tree, and budget-friendly Easter spring decor crafts. This is episode 2 in my I Love Spring series. Now listen, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment down below for your chance to enter my Easter spring giveaway. Can't wait to share that with you guys. Okay, real quick, here's the giveaway: a Mackenzie Child's mug, a fun little Be Kind towel, a fun Happy Easter pillow cover, a bloom sign, and this little darling light up Easter sign. Okay, also you guys, in today's video, I'm sharing with you guys a fun and fabulous also in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how you can create a beautiful Dollar Tree. Also in today's video, we're going to be creating this beautiful Dollar Tree Easter wreath. Now, a lot of this was from Dollar Tree, but there are a couple of little goodies in here, like this purple ribbon that are a little bit more high-end and fabulous. But I had everything already for this wreath in my craft stash. So I'm hoping this inspires you guys to grab some things out of your craft stash and create something absolutely fabulous and gorgeous. And you guys, don't snooze on these Dollar Tree eggs that we're going to create, because they come out so gorgeous, okay? Oh, I'm so excited for these. I haven't painted the back of them, so don't throw things at me. And make sure you guys check my Etsy shop, because I'm going to be putting new fake cakes in my Etsy shop. I'm so excited for this video. Okay, you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. For the first DIY, I'm going to share with you guys a fun little Dollar Tree Easter wreath. So from Dollar Tree, grab one of their wire wreath forms and a roll of that Dollar Tree burlap ribbon, or really any ribbon that you have on hand. I'm challenging myself to use everything I already have in my craft stash. So I'm also using these cute little bunny trail farms just little sign from Dollar Tree that I zip tied to the top of the wreath because I didn't have enough of the burlap ribbon that went around it. I'm also making a fun little loopy bow by just making loops in with my bows and stacking them together. Now, this ribbon is Babam's gorgeous ribbon. I bought it a couple years ago, and this is all ribbon I had saved in like a little bag. I don't know if you guys save ribbon in bags. So I'm just gonna layer all my loops together to make these pretty fun Easter colors with purples and pinks and some black and white, because that sign has black and white in it. So I'm going to zip tie that to the top of this wreath form. And remember, I didn't have enough fabric to go around the top of the wreath, but that was okay because I'm putting that sign there. It also allows my bow to fluff out over that space. And then I'm adding in some pretty spring florals. Now, Dollar Tree has those speckled eggs. Don't snooze on those. They're fun, so fun and cute to use in your crafting. I also added a little bit more tails down just to kind of give the wreath a little bit more fluff and movement. Listen, I love the big gorgeous Easter wreaths that I see everybody making, but I don't really have the supplies to do one like that for this particular project. I wanted to give you guys a little bit more of a realistic, budget-friendly way you can make a beautiful wreath. So start out with wrapping your Dollar Tree wreath form, add a sign, and then add a big beautiful bow. Fluff that bow and add some florals, and bam, you have a fabulous wreath on a total budget. I hope you guys are inspired by this one. My sign might be a little bit too big, but I still think it's absolutely adorable, and the price is just right for this one. Let's do some bunny trail farm bunny hunting. Egg hunts daily, only 25 cents a basket. What is steal? I hope you guys love it. This is going to go in my kitchen for now. I love to move things around, and I can't wait to start decorating my home for Easter. Super excited. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to give these Dollar Tree eggs a super fabulous glamorous makeover. Now, I'm already pegging this one as my most favorite DIY Dollar Tree makeover of this season. It's a little bit premature to do that because we're just getting started on spring and Easter, but I'm going to tell you these eggs were so fabulous. So Dollar Tree has these eggs on a stake. I think they're $1.25, maybe $50 now, $1.50, but I'm going to take and I'm going to give them a little bit of a makeover. So I painted over the pink and white one to make it pink and white, okay? And then this one I actually started painting, then I scraped everything off of it and decided to do contact paper on it. Now, I also need need to go back and paint the back of these, so don't yell at me or come for me. But listen, I did a lot of DIYs in this one day to share with you guys, so we're just going to roll with it for now. I can paint the back another day. Okay, the next thing I did was go around this painted one with a gold paint marker. It's really hard to see, but it did give it a touch of glam. But I'm racking my brain thinking, you know what? I feel like we might need a little bit more touch of glam. So somebody had sent me some happy mail and this beautiful little gold leafing. So it's just like gold ribbon, but has little tiny leaves on it, if you guys can see. I'm adding that in and around the Dollar Tree egg, and it is looking fabulous. Now, it was a little bit tricky to work with because the gold leafing came on a spool, and so it's kind of wanting to like roll itself back on each other. So I found that if I worked in smaller sections, that made it a little bit easier. You can still see some tiny gluey spots, but not bad. Okay, the second little egg I just covered with contact paper, again, a Happy Mail blessing, and then I'm going to take the gold leafing and run that around the entire thing. Okay, so I'm thinking, how would the Ritz Paris or Ritz London decorate their Easter? They would want to make things look a little bit more French country fancy or Louis XV fancy, you know, just those fancy French inspired or European, I guess we should more say European inspired looks. So that's what I'm doing. They had a lot of gold leafing back in the day, and I want to replicate that and make it look fabulous because you guys know I have this fabulous Ritz Paris kitchen. Not really, but it is looking really cute. If you guys saw my countertop DIY makeover, that was probably the makeover of the year for me as far as big DIY projects are concerned. But this weekend, my dad, who got me a chandelier from Home Depot, so excited it was on sale, and he got it for me for my Valentine's Day gift. So we're going to try to tackle putting it together and hanging it. It might be like a couple helpers needed with it because we have to take down the old lights in the kitchen, which are like those fluorescent overhead lights. I don't know how much damage that's done to the ceiling or what it's going to look like underneath. So may the force be with us. But here is how those little eggs are looking. I think they're so fabulous. But of course, you guys know I couldn't stop there. I had to add a bow. Once I added the bows, I added a little bit more gold trim to the base, and voila. Ooh la la. Bonjour, mademoiselle. These are the most fabulous eggs, if I do say so myself. I'm loving this. If you guys saw them in person, you'd be like, oh my gosh, they're so adorable. You could also make them different colors, purple, yellow, blue, whatever colors you love to decorate with. Definitely customize my ideas and make them your style. This is what I love and what's in my home. And I'm thinking now of doing a big Easter tree in my living room, even though I was just going to do a big Easter tree in my studio. I'm still a little bit on the fence on that. I remember last year I couldn't do an Easter tree because I think I had a bridal shower that I had to do. And so I didn't want a big Christmas tree in my living room. Anyway, okay, for the next DIY, we're going to do a shabby chic, fabulous little bunny. I'm taking some of this shabby chic paper and I'm going to outline and trace out the bunny first. I want to Mod Podge the bunny to the front of the little Dollar Tree sign. Now, I've tried to do this before where I just added the paper and Mod Podge first and then tried to trim around the project. I don't feel like for me personally, that goes as well because I'm not able to trim a good trim around that. But if you guys have an idea for how to do this and it's better than this, let me know. This worked pretty well for me, even though it wasn't totally perfect. Sometimes you got to let go of those perfectionist ways to have fun with your happy crafting. So I'm just going to completely cut this out, and then using some Mod Podge, I'm going to Mod Podge my pretty paper to the front of my bunny. And I'm so impatient with Mod Podge. Usually I get a giant paintbrush and just slop it on there. This time I'm kind of low on my giant paintbrushes because I accidentally let one sit out. Don't you guys hate that when you forget about a paintbrush, you don't wash it out, and then it is ruined? Story of my life. I love ruining paintbrushes. I'm really bad about that. It's just a thing. But you know what? There could be worse things happening in the world. So we're going to give me some grace for ruining a paintbrush, and we're going to add this darling little shabby chic paper to this bunny. Now this bunny can live in my home and be fabulous. I added a little bit of gold trim, which you're going to see I ended up kind of covering up anyway. And of course it had to have some bridal applique lace because let's get more fancy. And then of course a fun little pink bow because we need pink, more pink in our life. Now this bunny has like a little bit of a blue-green undertone, which I kind of like. Like he's hanging out here in the roses in the fabulous Ritz kitchen, just having the time of his life, hoping that he'll get some carrots
if he's good. So what do you guys think about this one? Will you be recreating the bunny or the eggs? You're going to have to let me know. Now for this next DIY, these are cakes that I've already been working on. A lot of you will ask me about my cakes. Super simple to do, and I have a ton of DIY videos on it. You guys can also just look up fake cake tutorials, and you're going to see that you're going to start out with a layer of spackling, and then in a piping bag, you're going to add your piping. I've definitely got a lot better on my piping. So these cakes I had made up like actually about a month ago, and I just have not gotten around to decorating them. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take you guys along with me while I decorate them. Here's the final look. I added roses and pearls and spring goodies because even though they're heart cakes, I feel like because our heart belongs to Jesus, we can have heart cakes all year long and celebrate the love of God. And I just think hearts are so cute. I mean, this is Olivia's romantic home. Don't you guys think? Okay, and here is our fabulous furry friend, Mr. Benji Bear. He is on the walk of a lifetime. He got in luck this week, and I took him on 2 early morning walks. It's just been so nice, you guys. Next week, it's going to be 78 degrees, believe it or not. Now, make sure you guys are subscribed because I notice about half of you that watch these videos aren't subscribed. Subscribing is totally free, and it will enter to win my giveaway that's going to be announced on Monday. Super fun and fabulous little springtime giveaway. But Benji Bear wants to say hi to all his puppy dog and kitty cat fans out there. He has his sassy walking scarf on. He got to see his buddy Chief today and Rowdy. He hasn't got a kiss from his girlfriend Gracie recently, but hopefully on that 78-degree day, if mom takes me out, is what he's thinking, we're going to get that smoochy smooch. Here is just the morning, just kind of beauty of the day. It's about 9 a.m. It's just a beautiful morning. So I had to share that with you guys. We have this big hill to walk up. Wish us luck. I also did a 5K run with a girlfriend of mine today. I didn't even know I could run a 5K, and I know I'm going to be feeling it tomorrow. I'm probably going to be really sore. I do work out quite a bit, but I like to lift weights and just do the stair climber. So running is really not on my bucket list, but you know what? We rocked it today. Shout out to my sweet friend Lorena for pushing me, and it was really fun. I got home and I ate a brownie that a friend of hers gave her, and she passed it on to me. It was so good. It had like a bunch of peanut butter in it, and then I had 2 giant bowls of pasta, and I'm gonna call it good. I love you guys so, so much. Now stay tuned for the rest of this video where we're gonna do our Bible study. Sorry, Benji Bear's leaving so much P-mail, but hey, we're out in kind of the woodsy forest area, so I don't think it should be a big deal. But anyway, I hope all you guys have the most wonderful weekend ever. Stay tuned for more of this I Love Spring series. We're going to just be doing some fun spring crafting and decorating.
So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafting and decorating adventure. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can enter my giveaway and comment down below. Listen, I am so excited for spring. Again, this is episode 2 in my I Love Spring series. Go back and check out the first one. We are just going to town with beautiful, budget-friendly, gorgeous Easter and spring decor. Okay, now I have been reading out of this Bible study. You guys are taking notes. Some of you all are, and this is the Bible in a year. We are on this section, if you're following along, about prayer. I'm going to read the second part of it to you. So, the psalmist reveals another crucial aspect of prayer when he writes, "If I had cherished sin in my heart, the Lord would not have listened." And that's in Psalm 66:18. This reminds us that prayer isn't about speaking to God, it's about aligning our hearts with His. Sometimes the most powerful prayer is simply allowing God to search our hearts and reveal areas that need His transforming touch. Jesus' parable of the persistent widow in Luke 18:1-8 teaches us that prayer is not about the request, but about developing persistent faith. The widow's persistence wasn't about wearing down reluctance, but about demonstrating trust. When we persist in prayer, we're not trying to convince God to care. We're expressing our continued dependence on Him. This week, as we think about prayer, let's remember that it's not about perfecting a spiritual practice, but about deepening a relationship. Whether we're bringing big requests or small concerns, structured prayers or spontaneous conversations, formal petitions or wordless groans, we're connecting with a Father who delights in communicating with his children. The Lord delights in us. Is that an amazing? I can't even fathom that. I do not feel like the Lord delights in me, especially for some reason this week. I just feel like I've been stumbling around a little bit in the dark this week, and I really don't know why. The invitation to pray is really an invitation to experience God's presence in every aspect of our lives. As we pray this week, let's move beyond viewing prayer as a religious duty and embrace it as the incredible privilege it is to direct access to the Creator of the universe, who chooses to be known as our Father. Wow, that's amazing. So a reflection question that's going to go along with our prayer spot says, what 3 people or situations could you commit to pray for daily this week? Set a specific time and place for these prayers. So I have 3 that I've written down, and I want to pray for my mom. She is raising my sister who passed. She is raising my niece, and she's older than me, obviously, and she struggles at times. And Mom, if you're watching this, I love you so much, and you're doing such an amazing job. She took that on several years ago when I was finishing raising my kids, and I love being supportive of my sweet little niece, and I pray over that situation constantly. I hosted my women's Bible study group in my home, and they had a lot of prayer requests, so just praying over all of my ladies for my ladies Bible study group. And then of course my kids, my daughter's off at college and my son just got married, and they're just getting ready to purchase their first home. It's hard to look at the camera and have my readers on, because then I can't look at you guys. And I'm going to commit to pray for them every day at noon. Like lunchtime is my prayer time. Really in the morning, I do a lot of prayer. I think the biggest place where I do need revival in my prayer or Bible study life is in the evening. I really have a hard time being still with God at night. I have a tendency to be on my phone, which I've made a strict rule for myself in the morning not to be on my phone. So I don't know why I'm having such a hard time committing that same rule to going to bed. So that is something I'm going to work on. I feel like God's brought that to my heart to really pay attention to just rest in his word as I go to sleep and release all that anxiety of the day or worries or all those things. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this spring Easter video. I did some faith crafts 2 videos back. If you guys need some inspiration for maybe some Bible study group or prayer group or whatever, I am going to be listing new cakes in my Etsy shop. I'm so excited for this, you guys. Look at these pretty little heart cakes. And I am so sorry. I meant to get these out during Valentine's Day, and the holiday just got away from me. But I feel like heart cakes are just beautiful year round, and it's really going to be hard for me to part with my cakes, because they take honestly weeks to make. They're very labor intensive, but they're so beautiful and they're so well worth it if you happen to grab one. So my Etsy shop will be linked in the description box below. Check that out. I'm also thinking about turning part of my studio into like a cottage sale area where I can take some of my crafts or extra furniture and stuff and make it into like a little cottage sale where I can sell some things online. It would only be for like people that are local. I can only really ship small things, and I'm just being honest with you guys about that. But pray for me about that, for maybe a little bit of some extra to get me through some of these next couple of seasons. And just like I've always wanted to own a little boutique, and I thought, well, you know what? I have a little garage that I could turn into kind of like a little mini online boutique, I guess. I don't know. So, because I have all these crafts and I don't always use all of them. And I love like flipping old furniture, different things like that. So just say a little prayer if that's something that I'm meant to go for. I'm putting my daughter through college currently, and so I just sat down and crunched some numbers, and I was like, okay, well, I have got to start getting rid of some stuff. So anyway, it's just all those things, and God is so good and we are so blessed. And so I hope that you take all of your blessings with praise to the Lord, as I feel so blessed and so thankful for God. Also, I'm super excited because my dad is going to be coming to help me install my chandelier this weekend. Fingers crossed it goes well, because it's in my kitchen, which is like right above right here. He bought it for me for my Valentine's Day present. He's such an awesome dad. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. I love you so, so much. Be ready for a return to the Ritz Paris kitchen. I love these little Dollar Tree eggs. I was feeling kind of like, what am I gonna do for Easter this year? And when I did these, I just knew that this is how we're gonna look for Easter. We're gonna go fancy Ritz style, of course, with pinks. But remember, you guys can always change up your colors to match, or my colors. If you don't like pink, make it all blue, purple, whatever you guys love, make it your own. Because this is for me, for my house, but you guys make it for your house. If you love pink, haha, you're in luck. Okay, I love you guys to the moon and back. Until our next video, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another. Sorry about the weird mirror reflection. That might be kind of distracting, but until our next video, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, and we'll talk to you guys very soon. Mwah.